The next type of function we call them is what? Time intelligence function. You know one thing, every data analyst will have to deal with time. Dates are important. So it's a recommendation that we always create or import a dates table. This approach will help make date and time calculations much simpler in DAX as well. While some time calculations are simple to do in DAX, others are more difficult. Like for instance, this screenshot that you can see, it's of running total only. It screenshot shows what happens if you want to display a running total. Now, what you can notice that the totals increment for each month, but then resets when the year changes. If you will try to apply this particular approach in other programming language, or if you would like to use it in other programming language, what you can be able to find out, you may need to require to go with several variables and looping through the code as well. But if you will talk about the DAXing literally makes this possible, this process very simple. For example, working with time to compare your current sales with the current sales of the previous time period. Like suppose if you want to see the total sales of the month next to the total sale of the prior month, and then you want to do a custom calculations between both of them. Whenever you will get these sort of situations, again, time intelligence have lots of functions that has been used when you are going to work with these operations. So now let's see what all are the different time intelligence functions we will be able to use right here. And then to do that, I'm just going to hit again this fact internet sales. I'm going to right click on this measure, and then I'm going to first create a fresh measure here. So I already have the current sales data. I would like to capture the sales data for the previous month or maybe year, whatever we have. So for example, I said last month sales. And inside this, I'm simply going to use the most interesting or most simple function. And then under the filter, what I am gonna do is I'm going to say previous month. And then I'm going to call my date function or date table, sorry. And my calculation for the last month sales have been completed. Now, if I want to apply a comparison to it, right? So suppose I'm going to add this matrix for the same. Let's keep this matrix to the one half of it, because when I will discuss more operations, then we will try to add more and more, because I'm just going to make modifications to this as well for sure. Alignment is very important for the better presentation. So now if I will go with this matrix now in this matrix, you can tell that what I would like to show, what I am planning to present as well. So for example, okay, let's proceed further. So select, now let's go for a very nice and clean approach. So let me click it. Let me go to date. Here I have the month. Suppose that I would like to place my month maybe on the row wise. So I can see the data for January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. First, I'm showing you the previous approach that we were talking about, right? This is the year-wise data. And suppose if you would like to show the sales here. As you can see right now, for every particular part, there is a reset when we were trying to present this data, and I will be able to see the total right here for all these respective years. For all these respective years, I can see my totals as well. So I don't require the row subtotals, sorry, column subtotals. I need only row subtotals. Now look at this. For every particular part, it has been changed, right? This was what we were talking about previously. Now, what I'm talking about right now is pretty much simple and pretty much different from here. In this particular part, this time I would like to use a simple table model here. And under this table model, I'm going to use a month function. Simple month function. Okay. With this month, I would like to show the sales. And then I would like to call it last month sales. This is my last month sales. And then if I want last month sales, and when I will just going to click on that particular part. So if you can see right here, this is basically the total sales, and this is what we are talking about, the last month sales. But let me tell you one thing. Currently, when you are going to see this, okay, so now here we have month total sales and last month sales, and within this month sales, suppose that if I would like to make sure, I would only like to do it for the year 2018 maybe. Like let's keep it for one single year, okay? Hit the date, go with year, and just place it. Currently, it is going to take year for all the years as well. Actually, I am not planning to go with that part. Apart from that, I will only take one single year. So I will go to my filters, year, basic filter, 2018. Now, if you are going to do a comparison now, you will maybe able to see different outcome here. So 2018, 18, 18. This is month. This is total sales. That is total sales for January month for the year 2018. And this one is going to be the last month sales that we have got for the same year and all. And you will be able to do the comparisons like this. Means it's a very easiest way to compare all these respective values if you would like to work with these particular parts. So right now, this was just one very interesting example that you all will be able to use when you want to work with your data approaches or when you want to work with your data implementation here. Okay, so this was just one another important example that I was trying to show you that for your data operations. Now, apart from that, you will be able to perform lots of other calculations as well. So if you will go for the measures again, and suppose you want to prepare a fresh new measure to it, and in this measure, suppose you want to go for a total YTD, right? I'm just going to hit with your going to work with my total YTD, total year to date, or maybe month to date, or quarter to date, or any of these respective calculation. If you literally want to go with that particular part, so you are good to go with this particular options right here. So if I'm going to work with my data, suppose I would like to go for a total YTD, total YTD, right? So I would like to use, so for the total YTD, I'm simply going to click on this measure. First of all, under this measure, I'm going to use total YTD. That is year to date calculations I'm talking about. This is the year to date calculation, total YTD. And in the inside this, how I'm gonna do it? It's simple. Just click and type total YTD function. Just call it. Okay, total YTD functions you can call it. You can go for your total underscore sales. And here you need to call the date column. So I said date. This is actually going to return the this is going to return the date for you. You can say that it will be going to return the total year to date solution as well. And this function generally follows this very basic resource related to it as well. All right. And then you will be able to show the total year to date solutions. Now, if you want to show this total year to date, go into this new table here, click on this total YTD, and you can see a calculations right here, correct? Let me apply some dollars and let me apply some decimal points as well. So let me try this up with the what I'm going to get if I'm going to maybe year or something. So now, as you can see the calculations over here, it is showing me that for every total YTD, total year to sales for every year is already there. It was 71 for this, 58 for this, 163 for this, and 45 for this. And this is there they are providing you the total year to date sales. That was 45, 694. That is not the total or sum of all these particular values. That is just the last valuable value that you can be able to see right here. See, this is the totals. This is the values if you would like to present. Just remove it if you want. This is the total YTD. Not only with this, like suppose if you want to go and capture the month to date sales, if you want to add a month to date sales as well, same part, right click, new measure. If I talk about this particular total MTD, where I would like to apply some sort of filter or something, then I may need to go with a quite good number of or quite good approach for this respective calculations. Like one of the example, if you can see there, maybe if I will just go with this total MTD operations that you can see right now, you may need to go something like this. Suppose you have mentioned April, calculate sum of table column, filter table, month table is equals to 4, this, year table date, then year to date. So you actually need to do the filters like this one. Because if you will go with a simple total YTD kind of or total MTD kind of operations, which is initially there. So for example, forget about this particular part. See, if you will go for the total MTD, so what parameter it consists of? It says expressions, then give them the dates, and then give them the filter. Right. So for example, you will just going to say, I would like to use this total sales followed by date column, date, come on, date column. And then I would like to apply a filter. So I can say that where uh, date, date dot, maybe let me try this up. Oh, sorry. Let's see if this is gonna work for me or not. So let me see if I will go and check with your total MTD. Currently it's blank. Uh, Let me try to add a month to it most probably. Because if it is not going with this, so look at this. It will only do the filter for the April month for every particular year. You just need to mention the month operation as well. And suppose you only want to apply it for the year 2018, despite of it is, and just remove this total YTD for the time being. Just go for the total MTD only. So you can see you can go with your April, like this one. So you can be able to do it. Means, of course, you need to apply the filter. Is it fine or it is not? So here, this is what we have calculated, and then you can start it from the like maybe, but this is going to be the filter for the month of April only. If you talk about starting month kind of thing, so either you can use a fiscal calendar and then you need to do the other arrangements to prepare your fiscal calendar or something like that. But initially, when you are going to work with, this is how the filters are going to be applied, right? And this is how it is going to be used for the MTD kind of operations as well. Then for you can go for the April or maybe month, May, June, July. You may need to go with these operations. So this may be one approach that we can have, but it's not about that you will be able to maybe if you want to change the sequence maybe, then of course then you need to go for this that large calculations that I was showing you there, where you will tell that the April, or you want to change the sequence of it or whatever you would like to deal with it. So I'm just sharing this in the chat window as well. Maybe if you think this is gonna work for you, then do let me know. Else, we'll see. We have the other options which is there, and we will keep updating you with those options as well. But right now, we don't have as such any procedure that I can change the sequence of the month until unless I will not do some sort of maybe calculations to perform that particular task. Then you need to go with your month number and then other things which needs to be there. So there is a way to do the start, but yeah, we need to go with that operations as well. So because it requires a huge amount of or lots of calculations that needs to be done if I just want to go with this particular data. I might have created something. Let me check if I might be able to. So actually, I have tried few mm, task over there. Like when I was going with that, I have designed something, some tables for me as well, which I will be using for my uh, data resources. They all are your customized measures that I have used for this particular part as well. They all are the date tables or date columns. This is from one of the previous reports that were created. No, I'm sorry. This is not the one I'm talking about. I think this one is not the correct approach. Client query. Let me see if this one is gonna work for not. I have two, three options, which is this is just one of the calculations I did actually. There are multiple calculations associated with it for the indexes. You need to design the indexes as well, and you need to perform some monthly calculations and everything. Then month sort is there, month year is there. This month sort is why I have used, because suppose if I want to present my data on the basis of say April month only. So I will be able to present my data by using or on the basis of your April month only. So the thing is that if I will just go with this particular operations here. So for example, forget about this total MTD filter. Let's go with the simple total MTD, total sales date. Let me see if this is gonna work for us or not. So this will give you the total MTD here for the every particular month that we are expecting to be presented to us as well, whether it is a January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, and then so on. So now at this point of time, first of all, let me just go to this quick filter here, and let's have this with a basic filter. And I said it should be for the year 2021, because this may have the okay, I think I may need to give some other where I have all the 12 months with me. Okay. Now, currently it is starting from the January and then February and so on. So in that case, what I can do is I may need to prepare a column who will do this task for me. Like for example, let me go there and let me click on this date. I'm going to add a new column to it. Would like to call this as an say month number, and then I'm going to or month sort. I'm using something known as e date followed by date, and then enter. So I'm just using something like this one, e date. Let me see if this is going to give me the current month sort as well. So what I will do, I will select this month from here. Will go to my table. No, sorry. Why it is not showing me that? Sort by. Just 1 minute. Column tool. Okay. Actually, you required a column first. So suppose you are going to hit this date right here and a new column for this, where I'm only going to pull the name of my column. Month underscore details, then column for the, no, let's do one thing. Let's use a format function, date. MMM. So when you have, suppose if I want to, apart from showing with this month in this visual, suppose I have removed this month from here and I have added my month details to it. So month details. So currently you can see the sequence is not what we are expecting. It is pretty much inappropriate. So let's do one thing. Go to your month details and let's try this up, sort by month sort. Done. So now it is starting from April only, but you need to do a month sort. But trust me, this is now when you will uncheck it and recheck it. right? It is going to be permanent. Now it will start from the April month. It start from the April month. I think this is what you were asking about. That what if I want to start it from the month of April? So this was just a quick example for you to just explain you that this is how you will be able to use month to date sales, year to date sales. And then not only about these sales, there are lots of other type of tasks that you guys will be able to perform. If I will show you the last visualization that I was discussing with you, there actually I need to do lots of work over there. I was working on some project and there only I need to go with that data. And here I may not have used much of the informations, but I have just applied some very basic approaches over here. So if you will give a look on this particular data, whatever I am presenting in front of you, this is nothing. This is very basic visualizations that we will be performing. But within this visualization, we maybe apply our filters. We may be able to apply the other options which are initially be related to it as well. And quite other approaches are initially be doable. So it doesn't have much of the data, but yeah, this is just a basic representation. You do have other ways to work with these particular data as well. Okay, so now this was just another options, and as you can see that how effectively we will be able to use these visuals to represent my data, and then how I will be able to modify and change the sequence and everything. It can be done by using these whole operation as well. This was just a very basic example to explain that how you will be able to use different type of time functions as well.
Hey there, if you're enjoying this video and would like to go deeper and become an expert and master on data engineering on Microsoft Azure Cloud in order to get a high paying job, then I would like to invite you for a free class that I'm doing where I'm bringing a Microsoft certified trainer and a data expert. We'll be talking everything about Microsoft Azure Cloud, how to learn in this in depth, including everything related to both certification as well as in order to get a high paying job. We'll be talking about 12-week roadmap and all the hands-on labs you should be performing. So if you're interested, check out on ketonacademy.com/Azure Data 02.